it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, oh girl, get ready for this, okay? Many of you guys have been asking me to cover Temu, and I wanted to kind of start a little bit of a mini series about Temu in general. We actually just kicked this off recently, so I covered Shein versus Temu, because if you guys don't know, Temu is a very interesting platform that's very similar to Shein with very cheap, fast fashion, that kind of stuff, right? Well, anyways, they've been going head to head against Shein for a while. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make this into a series. So we are kind of kicking off and starting my series talking about Temu, where we are going through all the problematic things when it comes to the company and why I think this company is just absolutely awful from the beginning, okay? So like I said, that previous video, we covered lawsuits between Shein and Temu. Apparently they've been kind of going back and forth in a legal battle because it appears to me that they're in competition with each other. Now, either way, I've talked many times about how these two companies essentially have been airing out each other's problematic behaviors and so much more. And with me digging into the Shein versus Temu lawsuits, it led me to kind of digging in a little further, and I found out that apparently Temu has a ton, and I mean a ton of lawsuits and other problematic issues as well to begin with. So we're going to be diving into some of the major current lawsuits that Temu has been involved with, whether it just got done, whether they're still involved with it, etc. And we're just going to kind of dive through into it. Now, I am going to be covering other topics such as the alleged forced child labor and many other problematic things when it comes to just Temu in general, but we're going to really focus on the lawsuits and just kind of air out how problematic this stuff is. Now, why I like to talk about lawsuits is simply because not a lot of people know about them, right? A lot of people sometimes see Temu trending on TikTok and automatically want to go and purchase, right? Which I totally understand. I mean, it's trending, it's interesting, it offers affordability, right? Like, I get why people want to purchase. However, it is an absolute dumpster fire, to say the least, from absolute mistreatment of people, allegedly selling your data, and so much more. So it's an overall wreck, okay? So before I hop into today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below. My merch, blog channel, and podcast are in the description below if you guys want to hang out with me and connect with me a little bit more. And also, by the way, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I really think that you should, you know, because we have a lot more fun personal stuff on there, and I don't just cover scams, right? And now let's get into it. Real quickly though, I do want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor. Hi guys, you're in my kitchen right now. So here's the deal. Let's set the scene, right? I've been literally tearing apart rotisserie chicken to make some incredible soup. I have some people coming over, but when I'm cooking, I love sipping on wine. And also, I like trying new wines at that. However, if you guys are very similar to me, I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to picking out wines, okay? Every single time I've picked out a bottle of wine, it's always been because the packaging is pretty. And again, I have no clue what I'm doing with wines. I don't know how to pair them right. And if I'm trying to, you know, get a little bit more wine educated over here, it's a little bit difficult for me when I'm beyond clueless. And with that, I want to talk about a brand that's been so helpful with that, which is Bright Cellars. So if you guys don't know, Bright Cellars is an incredible subscription-based wine box where you guys can get personalized suggestions for wine every single month. So I was able to take an extremely easy 7-question quiz and was able to get wine suggestions for me that were completely personalized to my taste and liking. This is a bottle of wine that I was able to open up with some friends because we were kind of celebrating the new home and going out and having fun. I think it's safe to say we loved it. And now for tonight, I actually have whipped open this bottle that they suggested, which is incredible and is supposed to pair perfectly with the soup that I'm making right now. So I am extremely excited. Now, Bright Cellars is also all about customer satisfaction. So if you guys try a bottle of wine and you do not like it, they will replace it for you. And I recommend Bright Cellars so much because they have thousands, and I mean thousands of 5-star ratings, and I completely see why, because I have been trying their wines and the suggestions are very, very good. Bright Cellars is perfect for so many different situations. For example, having a friend's night in. I also have a brand new neighbor who wanted to see if we can swap wines, which I'm really excited because I get to bring one of mine over to her and I cannot wait. And just so many other wonderful occasions finishing off the summer and going into fall. So Bright Cellars was super sweet because they wanted to partner with me today and give you guys a really amazing deal. So if you guys go down the description below or pin comment, you can take your quiz and you guys can get your first 6-bottle subscription for only $60, which is around $150 value, which is a total steal in my book. Thank you so much to Bright Cellars for sponsoring today's video and bringing some really great drinks. And now I'm going to get back to cooking. See ya! To start off, I want to give you guys a real quick recap on who Temu is, what it is, and how we even are in this position today. So originally when I was looking into Temu, I honestly thought that Temu was owned by Shein because there's many other little smaller companies that Shein owns that I honestly assume that Temu was just a replica or similar, right? You know how there's some companies, well, they'll own multiples because they're kind of, monopolizing it. They're owning everything, so there's no competition and people just purchase and they all make money. You know what I'm saying? I figured Temu was exactly that. However, Temu apparently is not, and they are trying to go head to head against Shein. So Temu essentially is going to have more of a focus when it comes to just literally everything under the sun. If you think of like AliExpress, DHgate, that kind of stuff, that's kind of what you're going to be looking at when you're going onto the Temu website. It looks very similar to Shein in my personal opinion, but they have a big focus of pretty much being a one-stop shop for everything from what I can see. Whereas with Shein, you see majority of fashion. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have a focus with like home goods, gifts, accessories, that kind of stuff, right? But Temu is trying to really zone into pretty much being the Walmart of fast fashion. So that's kind of what they are known for. Now, they've been around for a good old hot minute. And so with that though, with them being around for a good hot minute, still, it's insane to me still though, that they're getting a ton of lawsuit involvement. Now, a really big piece of information that I also want to put out there is the fact that there's certain major companies like Temu that have parent companies. So essentially what a parent company would be someone that creates and develops it under a different name, and they're able to run things behind scenes and do a lot of the dirty work and stuff. And sometimes we have no idea. Now, parent companies can be an organization that runs some things, and sometimes you don't really necessarily know that there are parent companies involved. Like many of the mega corporations today are involved with parent companies that are kind of running things behind scenes. Like if you guys don't know, for example, Coty is actually a parent company of ColourPop, Kylie Jenner Cosmetics, a lot of the huge beauty brands. They're literally owned and run by the parent company Coty. So that's just a wonderful example of it. And me digging into this, of course, I was like, the parent company is going to essentially open up a gateway to tell me what is really going on and show me some really interesting information. So the parent organization of Temu is actually something called PDD Holdings. It's a multinational commerce group that owns and operates a portfolio of businesses, including Pinduoduo, a social commerce platform in China, with agriculture as one of its pillars, and Temu. PDD Holdings aims to bring more businesses and people into the digital economy so that local communities and small businesses can benefit from increased productivity and new opportunities. PDD Holdings has built a network of sourcing, logistics, and fulfillment capabilities that support its underlying businesses. So what I'm assuming is PDD Holding is a fucking monster, manufactures shit, and is trying to make a ton of little companies. So they're trying to spread their little hands in absolutely everything. Now, here's another thing that I noticed. Whenever I was digging into some of these lawsuits, I noticed a very specific name or a name that wasn't the parent companies on these lawsuits. And I was like, hold up. So I kind of got a little confused because I'm like, what are they and what do these names mean? So apparently, if you guys didn't know, Temu actually is not a Chinese company. I know. I thought it was too. So Temu is actually not a Chinese company. Temu is actually based in Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, I know, it's right here. Now, this article was really, really helpful with breaking this down for us to understand. And it says that the relationship of all of this can be summarized as follows. Temu is the operating company incorporated under Whaleco, which is a Delaware company. So that's the one that's in the US, right? And then Whaleco is a subsidiary of PDD Holdings. And then Temu is also a subsidiary of PDD Holdings. So PDD Holdings is the parent company of Temu and other businesses, including Pinduoduo, the popular social commerce platform in China. In other words, Whaleco is the legal entity that operates Temu, which is a subsidiary of PDD Holdings, which is a multinational commerce group. So apparently there's like layers of the fuckery. Okay, so when we see Whaleco or all these random names, that's the hierarchy and how everything is fallen into place. And this is exactly why digging into these companies and talking about it is so significant, because many people wouldn't even know that. Okay, they'd be like, maybe this is a different company, maybe it's not the same Temu, right? Like there's an entire web, and that's why digging into this stuff is so significant, because honestly, in my opinion, it makes it harder to find the lawsuits and even understand what the hell is going on. Now, before we even get into the lawsuits, again, I think this information is super important to kind of help us understand the craziness of Temu, and PDD Holdings has a very fascinating history. So PDD Holdings has over a decade of experience in commerce and has built a network of more than 11 million suppliers and brands globally, and fulfillment and logistics capabilities that form the backbone of all of its businesses. businesses. Now, why is this significant? Temu is essentially able to mass produce and have connections to insane amounts of shit, okay? So I'm trying to essentially express that this company is massive and something they give a fuck about. And the more that we hop onto it, for example, the more that people hop onto it like Shein, we're gonna have another fast fashion monster on our hands. Now, it's already growing and developing. I'm just saying this company is not a small business, right? It's fucking massive. That is connected to a huge organization that can essentially do whatever. Like, that is crazy to me. Get this. This is where I'm talking about when it comes to money, okay? PDD Holdings serves approximately 900 million users worldwide and handles 200 million parcels a day. 200 million parcels a day. PDD Holdings went public in 2018, and its market cap as of February 3rd of 2023 was $120 billion. So again, just to clarify, if anyone doesn't know, Temu is a massive company, and Temu's parent company is insane, okay? So this is a dangerous company, if I would like to say that. Now, why is this information so significant? Because when it comes to lawsuits, a lot of these big companies get a slap on the wrist and that's it, okay? They're able to get away with a lot simply because they're rich, they have money, they have the capacity to get away with everything. These lawsuits aren't necessarily always holding them accountable. They're still able to get away with it because they're that big. I feel like the only way that we're able to at all do anything or make an impact or anything of that matter is simply by people not purchasing and holding that type of power. Now, random fun fact, you guys, did you know, fun fact, I was actually approached by Temu for a sponsored ad. I know. Now, I can't say much because I could get in trouble. No, I didn't sign anything, no nothing, right? I could probably air out a lot. However, what I will say from my personal experience, okay, allegedly, Temu was dropping money on creators to promote themselves. Like, I'm so serious. Fat checks, okay? Now, naturally, I said, hell no, because I'm not working with you. Are you kidding me? My thing was, you had the audacity to approach me, and I cover shitty companies for a living. Anyways, I got a shit ton more other emails like bothering me. They were being really annoying and weird, so I had to like block everything. So all of this wrapped in together. They are doing everything they can to promote their company. They have the financial capacity, in my opinion, to get away with things. And additionally, it looks like their marketing budget is going to be massive with how many times they're trying to pay people to talk about Temu. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's kick off with one of the first lawsuits, May 19th of 2023. This lawsuit is about unsolicited calls and texts harassing people, which is so ironic because, again, like I just said, I literally had to like block them and remove their email because they were reaching to my personal email and not leaving me the fuck alone. It was absolutely appalling. So this lawsuit is a class action that is Tyler Streeter versus Whaleco Inc. Again, remember what we were talking about? Whaleco connected to Temu. Yeah, you get that? Anyways, it says plaintiff Tyler Streeter brings this class action against defendant Whaleco and Temu and alleges as follows upon personal knowledge as to plaintiff and plaintiff's own actions and experiences. So you guys know those wickedly annoying emails, phone calls, everything that's like harassing the shit out of you, and like they won't leave you alone. It's very annoying. Or you know, like those really interesting ads that pop up, or a shit, spammy emails about like Shein, Temu, and things like that. Apparently that's what they've been doing. Defendants engage in unsolicited text message marketing, including to individuals who have registered their telephone numbers under the National Do Not Call Registry to those who have not provided defendant with the prior express written consent as required by the OTSA, as well as text message solicitations before the hours of 8 a.m. and or after 8 p.m. and in excess of the OTSA's 24-hour limit, all in violations of the OTSA's regulations. So if you guys don't know, fun fact, there's certain telemarketers and things where if you keep telling them no and they keep harassing you, there's a certain level of legal grounds you have to with them is what I'm getting at, okay? Because there are rules with this kind of stuff. So if they're like overly harassing you and not leaving you alone after a certain amount of time, there is certain things that you can do. Consumers that have been harassed by defendants' solicitations have expressed their frustration on the internet. The following are just a few of these complaints. So the first one is, I am getting multiple of these texts daily. I'm talking around 5 to 6. There's a different name on the message, but they are getting so annoying. It's a new number every time, so blocking hasn't helped. I never signed up or I've never even been on the website. Now this is Oh my God. I swear, I get these all the time too, just in general when it comes to emails or text notifications. Like I actually remember when I was a teenager, I subscribed one time to Fashion Nova. Oh my God. I bought one fucking dress, okay, which almost didn't even get here. And then I got harassed and I had to block the damn number because I wouldn't get left alone. So apparently that's some of their marketing that they're doing. So it appears to me that allegedly they're dropping pretty damn big money to make sure that there's multiple avenues of getting people interested in purchasing from Temu. The next one, I'm getting spam with these texts daily. I can confirm blocking the number does not do anything. Next, just started getting these texts this week. Never visited their site or anything. Super obnoxious. I am getting at least 3 of these a day. If you figure out a way to stop them, please update. Starting to drive me a little crazy. Which, yeah, as someone who works online, literally it would piss me off not having a way to mute it. Because you know how you can like mute certain messages? That's perfectly fine. I'll like do the do not disturb with work, but sometimes when I need to have my phone on, that would piss me off. So it says now, defendant's unsolicited text message spam caused plaintiff and the class members harm, including violations of their statutory rights, trespass, annoyance, nuisance, invasion of their privacy, wasted time, and intrusion upon seclusion. Defendant's text messages also occupied storage space on the plaintiff's and class members' cellular telephone. Now in the lawsuit, here are a couple examples. Like over here it has save $20 or more, hurry up. It's a spotlight of like pretty much saving $20 on a purchase to Temu. This next one, you can see gift boxes have been sent to your account. Congratulations, $14 coupon bundle for you. Thank you for your order. We selected goodies for you. Like a bunch of weird ass random shit. Here's the thing. Some of these also have talked about games. Now, if you guys don't know as well, Temu has these, apparently, I haven't fully dug into it yet, has things like games or stuff where you can essentially earn money, coupon codes, prizes, stuff like that, okay? That's a whole different ballgame I gotta dive into, but apparently some of these texts were highlighting this exact situation, enticing people to be a part of Temu, purchasing things, etc. And harassing people to this level is literally insane. And again, like, I mean, it's screenshots, so unless they can claim that it's not them and have evidence of that, like that's, girl, it's gonna get tracked back to you, stupid. Now this one again was filed in May, so I'm assuming it's still going on and a lot of things are gonna process, but right here from the get-go, if they're in support and are okay with harassing people just to get a sale, that should be a big red flag for you too. Now, again, aside the whole Temu and Shein lawsuit situation, this one of like harassing people, what the like, that's just so weird. Now, this next one I want to talk about is the data issues. This was a huge one for me. So if you guys do or don't know, and I know I bring up Shein a lot, but Shein is a very similar company, I would say, to Temu, and they have some very similar situations. So I've actually remember getting a notification from a subscription of mine that essentially was notifying me that some of my shit got leaked from Shein. And I, like, again, this is back in the day when I purchased on them, okay? And I was like, oh, fuck. So I had to see what was out and what was aired out to me, you know, because I was like, what information got leaked? And there have been many alleged situations of Shein leaking your data, leaking problems. Apparently Temu has had the exact same situation. So this article says Temu is accused of data risks after sister app was suspended for malware. It says the US has accused discount shopping site Temu of possible data risks after its Chinese sister app was pulled from Google's App Store over malware, but analysts say that they're not worried. So compared to Pinduoduo, which was suspended by Google in March after versions offered outside of Google's Play Store were found to contain malware, Temu's, quote, not as aggressive one, analysts say. So again, we talked about Pinduoduo connected to Temu. I know, so many damn names, I'm so sorry. This is exactly why I talked about this in the beginning of this video. It says that the malware in Pinduoduo was found to leverage specific vulnerabilities for Android phones, allowing the app to bypass user security permissions, what the hell, access private messages, modify settings, and view data from other apps and prevent uninstallation. So essentially wanting to, like, you know how we joke about how like, oh my God, if I talk and all like about like, you know what, we're gonna do this, cat food, cat food, cat food, cat food. If I keep saying that, I'm 90% sure cat food is gonna pop up on my phone in recommendations. I don't have a fucking cat though, right? But there's many times where we joke about how certain things or technology listen to us. Now, in full transparency, me being me, and this is just me personally, okay? I want companies like Amazon and things to know what I want before I know I want it, because I like convenience. I'm just crazy. But people should have a right to just opt out of certain things, okay? Here's what I don't fuck fuck with. If you're invading every inch of privacy, messages and photos, no one needs to see that. Are you kidding me? You're going through my messages? You know, I really hope the malware like seeing some of my ass in it. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so the article continues on to say that according to analysis by Kevin Reed, Chief Information Secretary, Security Officer at cybersecurity firm Acronis, Pinduoduo requests for as many as 83 permissions, including access to biometrics, Bluetooth, and information about Wi-Fi networks. Some of these permissions Pinduoduo is asking seeks to be unexpected for an e-commerce app. Yeah, like again, if you're on Walmart and they have access to literally everything, like that's fucking weird, right? There should be a level of privacy that everyone has and has access to. When an app is invading that is alarming. And additionally, when a company like Pinduoduo has been connected to this and has serious connections to Temu, you think Temu's not gonna do that shit? I think Temu's gonna do that shit, especially with the spamming. Are you kidding me? They are unethical from what I can see, in my opinion, allegedly. Now they're saying right now that Temu is not as aggressive as Pinduoduo. Now Pinduoduo is another company that is owned by the PDD Holdings and, you know, is also owning Temu, like Pinduoduo, Temu, and then PDD Holdings. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's another company that's run by PDD Holdings. But again, per my last email, you think Temu's not gonna pull some goofy shit? I think that they're going to. Personally, I think they're going to. Now, here's another thing that I wanted to pull up. This was May 16th of 2022. If you guys don't know as well, Temu, quote, has been downloaded globally over 50 million times on Google. It's ranked as the most downloaded app on the Apple App Store in Belgium, France, Italy, Germany, and Portugal as of July 8th. So many people are currently downloading Temu and trying to use it. There have been many other issues when it comes to other companies that are connected to Temu, essentially, that have been a problem. And it just wouldn't surprise me that Temu would be involved in some way. Now, this next one, of course, it's going to be a little bit of a recap, but we can't talk about this without the recap. Now, of course, the last two that I had to wrap up with that are a little bit of a slight recap of the Shein and Temu. If you guys want a bit more of a deep dive, then definitely hop to my previous video. But when it comes to the major legal battle of Shein versus Temu, so Shein essentially decided to file a major lawsuit in December 12th of 2022 against Temu for pretty much claiming that Temu was snatching a bunch of ideas and things from them, like literally copying designs, pretending to be Shein, allegedly using play on words that sounded like Shein on their website, and even going as far as to allegedly make tags and things on their clothing that replicated Shein to make people think that they were literally Shein themselves. So right there from the get-go, so like just literally what we're seeing so far, Temu apparently truly does not give a shit. The court system was heavily siding with Shein on this from what we could see. So Temu was playing a game of fuck around and find out with Shein, which is not smart, okay? But Temu decided to fight back, and then Temu allegedly sued Shein back because they're like, well, Shein is trying to prevent us from having access to suppliers and is trying to blacklist us from suppliers, and that's not fair. And she's like, no, the fuck we're not. And then Temu's like, yes, the fuck you are. So you see what I'm talking about? They're going back and forth with this. So why are all these messy things, legal issues, lawsuits, why is it significant? Let's go to the first one. When it comes to data and security, it's really important for us to have protections. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's understandable. Certain algorithms are going to be trained, and it's really helpful to have certain aspects of information so we can have apps essentially know what we like and can cater to that. For example, YouTube's algorithms can essentially be recommending you more content like mine, for example, because you're into anti-scam or anti-problematic companies, whatever you want to call it, right? They might recommend you more. Shit, you might have found me because of the algorithm. However, there's certain levels of security that an app or company should not be surpassing. And when they're completely breaking all trust and trying to essentially get into the rest of your phone and everything, that's not normal whatsoever. And we don't even know who, like, what kind of person they are that has access to your type of information that is so personal, right? Like, that's not normal. And peace and love, if you're going to try and break into someone's phone essentially to steal data and learn more about them, you're not a good person, okay? Now, the next one, when we covered unsolicited text, calls, emails, that kind of stuff, right? That is a red flag, period. I understand marketing. I think that's totally significant when it comes to a brand, like, duh. But when you're harassing people, that's not normal. And the fact that they have been allegedly caught in surpassing the okay levels of sending marketing text messages, emails, etc., that should again be an additional red flag of why this company sucks, why they truly don't care. I mean, if they're waking people up in the middle of the night for a $5 coupon text, like, that's not normal, period. And then additionally going into the other problems, such as being involved with the alleged data breaches, being involved with and then additionally allegedly again Shein. I will say that forever, but snatching and trying to replicate and take completely from another company like that, like even if it's from a corporation, like, you know what I'm saying? They clearly are messy, right? They clearly got some problems. They clearly don't care, okay? So in conclusion, from what I'm talking about when it comes to this company, it's peace and love sucks. All right. It's not something I would recommend. It literally does not look like a good company at all. It just sounds like a nightmare in itself. And with some of these legal issues or things that are connected to when it comes to sister companies and stuff like that, it sucks. Okay. So this is kind of the kickstart to discussing Temu in depth and all the problematic things around it. We're kind of just getting started. So definitely buckle up, please, because we have so much more to dive into. But comment down below what you guys think, right? What do you think about this? Do you think there's going to be more issues? Do you have any theories of maybe the next lawsuit that they might have? Comment down below because I would love to hear. And honestly, yeah, if they have more lawsuits, I'm absolutely covering it because I'm sure they're gonna have more, okay? That was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out today's sponsor in the pinned comment and description below. And I will see my angels in the next video.